Matt, why do you think the world needs Autobiographer?
Simple answer, the power of stories. I served in the military. I have a lot of stories, and all of those stories include my friends. Unfortunately, some of my friends aren't here anymore. I lost friends on deployment. I lost friends after deployment. And I know that myself and the other veterans I served with that are still here have those stories and want to be able to share them with the children of the friends we've lost. Autobiographer can do that. It's intuitive, it's easy, and it helps me in the course of my day when I have a thought or when that right story hits me that I can share it, and I know I'm making progress on one of my most important goals in life, which is to provide the essence of my friends to the families that survive.
Was there a moment when you realized, hey, we could use technology this way?
Yes, I had my aha moment in a really intense time in my life. One of my best friends in the military, Sean, was diagnosed with cancer and unfortunately passed in 2018. During that time, we were all, gathered around Sean, helping him with his treatments. He and his wife Katie were at the hospital most of the time doing chemotherapy, and my wife Chelsea and I were lucky enough to be with the kids, taking care of our godchildren, which I really enjoyed despite how tough the time was. But I realized looking back, having Autobiographer in that moment would have allowed us to capture those stories for Sean and to share them with his kids. At that time, they were 2, 4, and 6, essentially. And now that they're older, they're starting to ask more questions about dad. If we had Autobiographer, we'd have so many more of his stories directly from him. Now, my goal is to use Autobiographer to retroactively tell those stories so I can share them with his kids.
What do you think of the shareable legacy aspect of Autobiographer?
The shareable aspects are probably my favorite feature. I've been sharing things with my mom, sharing things with my aunts. Actually, my mom said that it made her cry because I talked about how proud I was of her as a successful entrepreneur. She owns a furniture business. She calls it the mothership. It supports our whole extended family, and she works really hard. So just giving that gratitude and really letting her know that I appreciate that and that how much it helped me in my upbringing to see her in that position. I shared a letter to my Aunt Vicky, who was a police chief, very proud of her. And when I was a young military officer, she helped me a lot, learning to be a good leader, especially making difficult decisions. She dealt with hostage scenarios, protests, a lot of high intensity parts of her job. And I reflected through Autobiographer on what that meant for me as a leader starting to make decisions in my career. And when I shared that, she was really surprised that I'd remembered those things from being a kid. And I think she was really touched by it. My Aunt Mary as well, I shared a story with her, and she said it was the nicest thing anyone had ever said about her. I think in large part because it was created specifically for her.